Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico criticized US President Joe Biden's decision to permit Kyiv to use long-range missiles against Russian targets, calling it a crazy escalation. Speaking in Bratislava on Friday, Fico said the move obstructs efforts toward peace negotiations. Fico described the decision as shocking and argued it has no place in modern geopolitics. He suggested it reflects an effort by the outgoing US administration to limit diplomatic options for its successor. According to Fico, the authorization to strike Russian territory was an attempt to halt peace talks, while primarily fueling tensions.
The escalation of tension that was caused by the decision of American President Biden is crazy. It is shocking, and it simply has no place in 2024. It can also be explained by the fact that the old administration in America wanted to narrow the space for the new American president in terms of the possibility of negotiation. It can certainly be characterized as an attempt to stop any peace negotiations at any cost. But behind all this is primarily the escalation of tension. As rockets begin to fly overhead and hit various targets, it is only a matter of time before a tragedy occurs that can start a conflict of unprecedented proportions.
Fico further suggested the war benefits Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, citing the continuous influx of international aid into Ukraine. He also accused the West of wanting to prolong the conflict.
More and more evidence is coming to confirm that the West wants the war in Ukraine to continue, for many reasons. I even think that the war suits President Zelensky because aid is constantly coming to Ukraine. There are quite a few reasons for that. Therefore, if someone thinks that it is far from him because he lives in England, the United States, or Spain, he is very mistaken.
Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the successful testing of a new hypersonic, non-nuclear ballistic missile named Oreshnik, which he said was developed in response to NATO's aggressive actions.
The Oreshnik missile system isn't simply an efficient hypersonic weapon. Thanks to its power, particularly in the case of its massive use in combination with other precision long-range weapons that Russia has, the results of its use against enemy targets would be comparable in effect and in its power to strategic weapons. Although, in fact, the Oreshnik system is not a strategic weapon. In any case, it is not an intercontinental ballistic missile.
The Kremlin's announcement followed claims by Russia's defense ministry that Ukrainian forces launched 6 US-made ATACMS missiles in recent strikes, while British-made Storm Shadow cruise missiles were intercepted over the Kursk region. Fico also revealed that he has accepted an invitation to attend the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II in Moscow, provided his health allows it.
I am among the people who know very well what role the Red Army and the nations of the former Soviet Union played in the personification of Czechoslovakia and Slovakia. I was also in Normandy this year, because I probably value every lunch of the World War II, even those victims who were at the opening of the Second Front. But next year is also the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, and the victory over fascism. And since I have received an official invitation from the Russian Federation, as long as my health allows it, I will be very happy to accept this invitation, because the events before 80 years require reverence and respect.
His comments come as Putin approved updates to Russia's nuclear doctrine, broadening its scope to include attacks by non-nuclear states supported by nuclear powers as joint actions against Russia.